What is up, Pyromaniacs? Pyrostasis here. We are back in the world of EVE Online, and this isn't a tutorial video, really. This is going to be more just me dicking around and trying to learn some stuff, and I figured I'd record it so you guys can learn some stuff with me, and then hopefully both of us will be a little bit more edified and edificated for the process. Now, what we're going to be... I've about given up on mining. I did a little bit of mining today because they found some... crocite and biscuit again, and I got all excited. I got my little woody out and spent about, I don't know, maybe half hour mining, and I made about 3.9 million. So that was for 1,650 crocite. I'm just realizing at this point in time, don't get me wrong, mining is awesome, and I love it. Mining sucks balls in a venture. If you're an alpha account, mining is I hate to say it breaks my soul, but there's no way to rig it. I mean, there's like no way to Tim the Toolman Taylor juice it up. Most of you probably not even old enough to remember Tim the Toolman Taylor. Go look it up. Get some culture in you. It's a classic. Anyways, you're gonna notice we spent a little bit of cash here, and by a little bit I mean a holy fuck ton. We bought some stuff. We're gonna give this a shot and see how we do. I don't think I've even put them in the, I have not. So we're gonna put them here. I almost put them in the corp hanger. Yeah, I don't want to donate to the corp yet. Speaking of, a lot of you guys have been asking in the chat if I have a corp, if they can join the corp, blah, blah, blah. As of right now, I am part of Coin and one of their alliances, or one of their corporations. The corporation I am a part of in Coim is Landport Transport. They take pretty much everybody, so if you'd like to come join, you're welcome to. Just join the Coim channel. Let me see, I think it's Coalition of Independent Miners. Right here, Coalition of Independent Miners. There's about 60 of us in there as I choke to death. And you're welcome to join. Just hop in there, put an app in, tell them I sent you, that you're one of my viewers, and they'll let you right in. And you can run around. They run fleets pretty much 24/7. You may or may not always have orca buffs, but there's usually at least 3 or 4 orcas on the field. I don't know how good their buffs are compared to mine. Mine are the crack. You're going to want mine, but anyways, I'm not on all the time. I got to work. Anyways, I've learned that that is probably not going to be a good way for me to make cash, unfortunately. I mean, don't get me wrong, I can make cash that way, but you know, if I'm making, let's say, 30 million a weekend, you know, we're gonna need quite a few. It's gonna take us half a year to get out of Omega or Alpha, and I don't want it to take that long. Okay. Whole point of this series is to hopefully find a way to do it quickly. I'm starting to realize that's, you know, at least with the industry side of things, that's a little bit more difficult than I thought. Exploration is also difficult, but it's difficult for a different set of reasons. That being said, these are the blueprints that we invested in. I went ahead and got the mining laser optimization. Reason I got that is anybody who runs an orca is going to be using this constantly. You burn 1 every 60 seconds if you're lazy, or 1 every 120 seconds if you're not. So you are constantly burning these all the time, forever. It's a continuous resource. Now, I currently have 20,000 of them for sale. Somebody did buy 500 of them. I don't know who. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. So that's 500 of them for sale. I'm currently selling them for 600, which is a little bit of a markup. But, you know, you also don't have to jump 5 jumps in your orca or refit into another ship, jump 5 jumps to a Mar to get them. So, you know, suck it up, pretty boy. It's not that much. Help me out. So, I want to make some of these on my own. And I've also picked up several frigates. I was going to go cruiser level, but cruiser level, basically it goes up by a factor of 10. So most of these were 3 to 10 million. Most of the cruisers were about 100 million. I don't got 100 million yet. It's something that we'll definitely be adding on later in our setup, but we can't yet. So this is what we got. I picked up a venture because it makes sense to me. We're going to be picking up a lot of newbies. Ventures, as awful as they are still the best newbie ship to start with until you can transition into barges and then later exhumers. So I figure might as well have a few of them. Plus, it was only 3 mil, pretty damn cheap. We should be able to make that back. So, how much, you know, what all goes into a venture? You can see all we have to have is these materials right here. If I click buy all, we're just gonna let this tick here real quick. And now again, this is ratchet, what I would call ratchet prices. Zydrine, really? No Zyd on the market here, really? Are you serious? There is no Zydrine on the market. Fascinating. So I'd have to go buy that somewhere else. But you're looking at 225,000 ISK, not counting this, to make one of these. Now, obviously, I'm pretty sure Venture is going to be significantly cheaper than that. We pull up a Venture, pull it up here, and wow, I'm actually shocked that that is selling for that much. How much over it? Holy fuck! Yeah, that would be why. Okay, that's a 1,300% markup. So yeah, go fuck yourself, buddy. If we were to put a buy order, we want to set it up. Let's try 100,000. That's 30% below. So we're looking at probably 170. Okay, so about a little less than 200,000 to make it, and it would, or to sell it, and then we're looking at 225,000 to make it. So what you probably are noticing here is what I'm noticing is that buying the resources for this is not going to be the way to do it. We're going to significantly hemorrhage money that way. Now keep in mind, these prices aren't necessarily fair. We've got a 30% markup here on pyrite. We've got a 20% markup here on isogen. Now, granted, we're paying basically nothing for Noxium, so I guess it kind of balances to it. I mean, these two balance each other out, but we're still overpaying by 30%, which sadly only comes out to 32,000 ISK. So the majority, it looks like, is coming in with the tritanium. So we could actually, which is awesome. Do you know why that's awesome? Because tritanium is easy to get. So what we are going to do is I'm actually going to keep mining, but instead of mining to sell the ISK direct, we are going to mine to refine and then make something with these things. Now, I want to go over a couple things that you need to know if you're going to be doing industry as an alpha account. There are a couple different types of jobs here. You have manufacturing jobs. Sorry. And those are pretty straightforward. That is you producing something. And then you have your science jobs. So that's material efficiency research, time efficiency research, copying, and invention. Now, material efficiency research, that basically reduces the amount of resources that are required to go into this. So for instance, if it was going to cost us 250,000 to make it, now it's only going to cost us 225,000 to make it. So we just skimmed 25,000 right off the top. That allows you to make more money, which is nice. Then you have your time efficiency research, which allows you to basically reduce the time it takes to make one of these things. So for instance, if we were going to make a coercer, hello, game, hello, there it goes. If we were going to make a coercer, that's going to take us 2 hours and 6 minutes. Now, we could actually reduce that by 20% if we completely upgrade this the whole way through. So, something to keep in mind. Something to keep in mind. I'm waiting for this to clear up. Now, another thing that we can do is we can actually find ourselves a, I believe player-run stations can actually give you the ability to do these things cheaper. I'm not sure how that works, and I'm not sure all the setups that go into that. I believe that there's certain types of rigs and things along those lines that can reduce the time or reduce the minerals, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So don't hold me to that, but I believe there are. Before we start any of those, well, before I start any of these runs, I'm going to go take a look at that and see what we're looking at. So what we're going to probably end up doing is, because you'll notice here, if we wanted to do, let's say, a material efficiency research. Okay, 1% is going to take 5 minutes, right? That's not a big deal. 2%, 12, 29, an hour and 10 minutes. You can see this starts to add up. So if we wanted to max this out, it's going to take 80. Now look at the difference here. The difference here. Like if we go within 1 day, we can reduce it by 8%. That's huge. That's very huge. So we've just taken 8% of our total mineral costs and scraped it away. Now, obviously, that extra 2% is going to be nice, but I don't think it's worth the extra 8 days. We can get 80% of the 10% in 24 hours. And we can even get, I think we're going to go probably with 7. So I'm going to do this one first. The reason I'm doing this one first is we already have a significant amount of stuff in this setup. We have 19,500, I think it is, in our orders. Yeah, 19,500. So this is probably going to take a little while. So I don't mind. In fact, we may actually crank this up all the way and just go ahead and eat it. Just eat that dick right now. And then move on from there. Now, remove blueprint. There we go. Now, you're going to notice that to do the same thing for this one is going to take significantly longer. So if we wanted to do a full 10%, you're looking at a 3-month investment. So some of these are going to take longer than others. What we would probably do for something like this is the first blueprint, I would probably go for like 6%, right? Because that's going to take 2 days. I would get that one going. And then at the same time, I'd go ahead and get one at 10% and just push that through. And then we'd operate on the 6% for the next 90 days. And then once we hit the full 10, then we would move to that 10% and then put the 6% in and let that one run. And then we would either sell it, or I don't know why we would want to. We could make copies of it at that point and distribute those. There's a lot we could do with it. Now, same thing, remove blueprint. Same thing we've got for time efficiency. So if we want to reduce the amount of time that it takes to do this stuff, and this is strictly for the manufacturing, it doesn't, I don't believe time efficiency affects the other research. I'm not 100% sure of that, but I'm fairly certain. Fairly certain. Now this one goes all the way up to 20%, so it's double the value, but again, you're looking at roughly the same time. So again, we're probably just going to do about 7 or 14% and just stick with that. So I can do I can only do 1 of those, right? Yeah, science jobs, you can only do 1. Now this is one of the heartbreaking things about being an alpha clone, is your massive restriction on what you're able to do. I believe they are doing this because this set of stuff could drastically affect the marketplace if they give you too much access. So by only allowing you to have 1 slot as an alpha character, you're not going to be polluting the network. You know, I'm not going to be setting up massive alpha farms running, 60 blueprints at a time and just, every 90 days nuking the market. So I believe that's why they've done it. So we can only do 1 at a time. Again, I'm probably going to do this one right here first because we don't really need that one right now, and then we're going to look at the rest. Now, as far as production goes, how am I going to go about production? Well, we can do 4 production rolls at a time. Now again, you'll notice right here, we have all of these, I keep telling you guys, we have our industry skills maxed. Right here, science jobs, there we go. Laboratory operation, can't do. Advanced laboratory operation, can't do. Mass reactions, advanced mass reactions, can't do. We've already got mass production, can't do advanced mass production. Same thing for this this setup up here at the top. I thought they might have different skills, but apparently not. I guess it's all the same skills. Yeah. Oh, I bet it's... Yeah, okay, so laboratory operation and advanced laboratory operation is for science. Reactions and advanced reactions is for reactions, and mass production and advanced mass production is for production. So, either way, we can produce 4 things at a time. Now, we don't have the resources to make 4 things at a time. So this is going to take me a couple days to kind of scale up our operation, but the goal eventually is to be able to have enough of these on stock that we can start selling them, hopefully maybe to the corporation here, find out what they need for their fits and then sell them to those guys. Unfortunately, at least initially, I'm not going to be able to sell them to them at a discount because, it's going to require me to go out there in my venture and mine it all. So, but the nice thing is I can focus on what is actually needed, mainly titanium and pyrite, and then kind of deal with the rest of the stuff as time goes by. So, good news though is this titanium and pyrite stuff can be mined very easily, even from basic ores. It's just going to take a little bit, and you know, it is what it is. So, this is going to be our goal for probably this week. For right now, I just wanted to show you guys, you know, kind of give you a basic introduction into all of this stuff. I'm going to go do a little bit of research now on the player stations and see if we can find one that's going to give us a bit of a boost. And then we're going to set up all of our stuff there. Again, we're going to set up our science job for the mining laser optimization, and then we'll work on kind of these over the next couple of days. So, but that is pretty much it for today's video, guys. It's a little bit shorter than I would have liked. We'll have the next part coming in as soon as I do a little bit more research on this. We may be kicking this up to a daily series, and the reason I say that is the faction warfare thing, as much as I was excited about it, I kind of need... I don't really have as much time as I thought I was going to have, and so I may only be able to focus on one thing. That doesn't mean we're not going to do combat. It just means we're probably not going to be doing PvP for a little while. We will be doing Triglavian stuff with the Corp here, and then as we grow, we'll be doing other stuff. Some of you guys have asked if I'm going to start the Corp up again. I probably won't start my own Corp up again until we get through the alpha process. I mean, I have the money. I could obviously afford to, you know, Plex or upgrade the alpha account. I just want to make sure that we go through and actually, what do you call it? Complete the challenge for you guys. So, that being said, guys, I think that's going to do it for today's video. If you guys are enjoying this series, the best way to let me know is by slapping that like button and leave a comment, and sharing it with a friend. Those three things, especially sharing, are the biggest ways to boost a series growth. If you want to support the channel financially, there's a join button. You can slap that. It costs you $5 a month, and I think I get about $3.50 of that, so that pretty much goes directly into my pocket, which then I can use to feed myself, pay my bills, and reinvest into games and other things. So, but don't feel like you got to do any of that. You know, I just appreciate you watching this stuff. You know, if you don't mind slapping the like button, that helps. But you know, you don't have to. You don't have to. I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to make you. I'm not going to be like Philip DeFranco and threaten to throat punch you. I'm just going to throw you out a damn airlock. That being said, guys, thank you so much for watching. Slap that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. And I'll catch you guys in the next clip.